Hey guys, I'm Namitha, and this is my vlog assignment for POLSCI 2D03 Canadian Democracy. So, as you guys saw on the first slide, the topic that I have chosen to focus on for this vlog is asymmetrical federalism. To set the stage a little bit, the democratic system that we have in Canada right now is certainly one of the best examples of applied democracy around the world. It's very enviable and it has been very beneficial for the people of Canada. However, not all aspects of Canadian democracy are flawless. There are quite a few obstacles that must be addressed in order for Canada to become a truly democratic state in theory. So, what I think is Canada's biggest flaw and possibly the most serious obstacle to Canadian democracy is the concept of asymmetrical federalism. In order for us to understand why asymmetrical federalism is a shortcoming for Canada, we have to be able to define it. So, what exactly is asymmetrical federalism? So, as we all know, Canada is a federal union. Federalism refers to the way power is divided between a national power and other smaller powers. So, in Canada, the federal power would be the federal government, which addresses issues on a national level, such as sending out the military, etc. And then the smaller powers would be the provincial governments, which address issues on a more local and provincial level, so things like education. In theory, this sounds like an amazing idea because it allows for local governments to focus on the pressing issues that are affecting their communities right now, while the federal government looks out for Canada as a whole. So far, asymmetrical federalism sounds like a treat, so what's the issue? The issue is with the first part of the definition, asymmetrical. In Canada, the powers that are given to a provincial government can vary, and this can either be formally, so through legislation that's passed, or informally, how things pan out when practiced. And this is so that the needs and characteristics of individual provinces can be addressed better, as mentioned in the Simeon reading. So, this means that there is a large inequality in the way that each province has their powers. As Kathy Brock notes in her reading, this has essentially exacerbated federal and provincial tensions and triggered a protective impulse in the provinces. Asymmetrical federalism was designed to produce divided government and to create a series of checks and balances on authority, to ensure a diversity of representation and to protect minority interests, according to Blaise and Hicks. However, instead of bringing the provinces together under the federal government, the asymmetrical federalistic system is actually driving a wedge between them, as some provinces feel as though they are not getting the attention that they deserve, and that other provinces are being favored over their own interests. In order for us to truly understand the implications of asymmetrical federalism on the provinces, let's take a look at a few examples. One can't bring up asymmetrical federalism without addressing the elephant in the room, or in our case, our neighbor next door, Quebec. Quebec is arguably one of the provinces who have gained the most from the asymmetrical federalistic system. Guiberneau, in his reading, mentions that Quebec's demand to be recognized as a distinctive society within Canada was facilitated by the asymmetrical system that we have in place. It has allowed for Quebec to take control of its nation and act in a manner that allows it to preserve its culture and heritage. In the case of Quebec, the implications associated with the asymmetrically federalistic system have a positive connotation to them as it is helping the community. On the other side of the coin, however, not all the provinces are feeling this way. Allowing Quebec to have such control have resulted in other provinces becoming restless. An example of this negative effect can be seen through the rise of nationalistic movements in the province of Alberta. Essentially, what it boils down to is that the people of Alberta feel as though they are not reaping the benefits of their economic contributions for the rest of Canada, especially in comparison with Quebec. The main factor that led to the rise of nationalism was the prospect of equalization payments, which was one of the main topics discussed by a group that was presenting. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the exact circumstances surrounding equalization payment, but this debate is a result of the asymmetrically federalistic system in Canada. To wrap things up, in my opinion, asymmetrical federalism certainly does have its benefits, especially for provinces like Quebec. But I believe that it actually creates more problem than it does solutions. Theoretically, it's a very solid idea, but in practice, there are many limitations as to how an asymmetrically federalistic society can thrive and promote democracy.